It's the only thing I can think of as close to justice.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. It's really nice to talk with you. Well,
Yeah.
what was your first reaction when you read the script? When you get the script and you read it for the first time?
Oh, it was dark, yeah. It was dark and funny and a mix of things I didn't know, and you know, and after seeing The Lobster, I was putting that tone on it as well when I was reading it, and it was, yeah. I wanted to do it, like, you know, if he wanted me to do it.
Me too.
You know.
Yeah.
That was it.
For you, Colin, how it was?
I was just incredibly gripped from the start. I mean, he never repeats himself. He has a particular style, but even that style is always evolving, even ever so subtly. Like, this was shot in a different way. It was framed in a different way, this film. You know, he used slow zoom in and slow zoom out in a way that he didn't use in The Lobster. Like, he's not just doing the same. But having read The Lobster, been in The Lobster, I think I was a little bit more prepared to have some version of a grasp on the world. Not much, but some version, you know, and that was enough. I loved it, but I felt nauseous after reading it. I was like, what?
Like a father?
Yeah, no, like a human, you know, because it's just, but yeah, like you know, I'm a dad as well. My agent said you might not want to do this because there's a scene at the end that and she told me what the scene was, and I was like, oh God. But then I read it, and I just love Yorgos so much, and I just thought it was brilliant. I thought, and you're not always, you know, you're telling stories. You're not always telling stories that you agree with. You're not always painting pictures that are pleasant to look at. You know, you're not all the time, but sometimes you're trying to provoke, and you're exposing some of the more brutal and cruel aspects of the human condition. So that's always going to be unpleasant, you know.
Yes. How it was to work with Yorgos Lanthimos for you?
Yeah, it was great. You know, he's a funny lad. He really is. His humour is very dry, and he's a master at what he does. And
Sometimes he says that was particularly bad.
Yeah.
He said to me one day, well, that was particularly bad.
and he's honest. You know, he's a very honest man. And
He is a very honest man, and he calls out.
he's a carer as well.
Yeah,
I
he
remember
is.
he invited
Very
us
kind.
over for dinner, and you know, just seeing him that he sat down, he sat us all down. He wouldn't, him and his wife, they would not sit. They would not, you know, they made sure that we were fed and try this and try that, and
Yeah.
you know, he's just worried about what we thought of it, and I was like, that's. You know,
He's
he
very
just-
kind, Yorgos. He's very kind.
So yeah.
Well, obviously, as a Mexican, let me ask you, what do you think about Mexican films, about Mexican directors right now?
Oh, incredible filmmakers around, you know, and there always has been from Mexico, and the what they've been putting out in the last 5 years and stuff that I've become, you know, very explicitly aware of.
Alfonso.
Yeah, Cuarón, and I mean, Pan's Labyrinth is, I think, has to be one of my top 10 favorite. It's such a strange film.
Yes.
It's so disturbing, and beautiful, and magical, and should be seen by children, but can't be seen by children. It works on, you know, but yeah, Mexican. I think there's probably a deep history, you'll tell me, of oral storytelling with the Mexican people as well.
Yes.
You know, and the Irish have a similar richness in our history for the importance within community of oral storytelling and passing on myth and legend and seeing the truth of certain present social structures and human behaviours through the lens of legend and myth.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes. Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you, man.
It's
Thanks a lot,
pleasure.
man.
I don't understand why I should have to pay the price, why my children should have to pay the price.
It's the only thing I can think of as close to justice.
We can light it up.